Welcome to TakuCast. I'm editor at TakuCast, Gun, and I'm here with contributor, that Honey Badger.
Oh, I thought I was going to do it, but whatever.
Yeah,
Let's do it
again. Let's do it again.
No. Well, let's keep going.
Oh, this is really awkward now.
It's fine.
I was nervous, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is good. It's more natural.
I just need attention.
I'm a new time contributor to TakuCast, Dat Honey Badger. I do DayZ videos, and now starting to do TakuCast with Gun.
Indeed.
And we're just going to be covering just
so
news.
far so good.
Yeah, anything new and anything good, and we're just going to try to be as relaxed about it as we can. As you can tell, this isn't that professional.
Yeah, we'll introduce alcohol, I think.
Yeah, we're probably going to start drinking at some stage. I didn't come prepared today, but
so,
I guess we just gotta jump right into it. Watch Dogs, the new video is out.
Yes, tell us about that, John.
Well,
Damn Badger.
Get it together. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Watch Dogs. We have some new screens. It looked pretty good. I mean, we've all seen the E3. Was it the E3 demo where we got to see him chase down that guy who was going to kill that woman in the alleyway?
That was the PS4.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, we've seen that, and this is sort of in the video I seen, they show some of the old footage and some new footage, and they also tell us about like maybe options for finishing missions. For example, in a lot of games, we'll just say Infamous, which is like, it's one extreme or the other. You kill this guy, you don't kill him.
You mean the morality system?
Yeah, I should have said that, a morality system.
Yeah, you've made yourself look stupid.
If you weren't above me in the side, I'd kick your ass. At Halo.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's fine. But instead of just like, stab this person in the throat or, give him money, it's going to be a case of more options and more realistic outcomes to that. I mean, for example, just say you want to sneak in somewhere, or you have to get somewhere and there's guards in the way. You can kill them all. That's an option. You can sneak past, which is lately a favorite option of mine. Or you can just purely, I started to like it. I used to hate stealth. I wasn't patient enough, but now I like it. It makes me feel like a badass.
Something has to.
Yeah. And then they'll also give you the option to hack your way through, which, if you've been following Watch Dogs at all, hacking is a huge part of the game. It's actually like, I'm not going to say gimmick because it's not.
It's like a pillar.
Yeah, it's the pillar of the game, hacking and how everything's connected, and it's a really good concept. And you can use that to get through, or as you said, you can combine everything, kill and sneak, and hack. Use hack to set up a kill so you can sneak past. Something like that. Also, while watching the video, I'll leave a link to the video in the description if I remember to do so.
Okay.
It says, when he's looking through a camera, and he looks at a car, and it says, license plate acquired, new car available in online shop, and I don't really know what that means. I haven't looked into it too much yet, but that could be pretty interesting. Like, it'd be like each type of car, you gotta get the license plate, and then you can maybe purchase that car.
Well, it seems like a way of unlocking cars. Maybe certain people, certain NPCs.
Perhaps, yeah.
Special cars that you can unlock that way.
Sorry. It could be similar to the LA Noire thing where, you'd have to, I think, drive every car. Except this way you're just scanning the license plates, so that could just be a little play on that.
I never really bothered outside the story with LA Noire.
Neither did I. I had a friend of mine who went balls out with the achievements and tried to get everything, and I was just like, it's long enough as it is.
It was a long game.
Yeah, it was good, but it didn't have anything, in my opinion, to entice me outside the story. There was nothing in it worth playing.
Well, them facial expressions.
Yeah, but you could get all them in the story.
Oh, you mean? Oh, sorry, I missed.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a great game. I mean, as far as the story goes, but for a Rockstar game, it was kind of empty, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of hassle getting it out the door, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was not an easy game to finish. Like, I read all about that. People working extra hours and not even getting paid for it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But back to Watch Dogs, anyways.
Yes.
And another cool thing is NPCs will talk about what you do and how, your actions through social media. First, for argument's sake, we'll say there's Facebook and Twitter in Watch Dogs. I don't think there will be, because I'm sure they'll have to pay them some kind of royalties, and it'll be cheaper to make up something similar to it.
Like a pretend Watch Dogs version.
Yeah, like Tweaker or something like that. Well, that sounds like a meth addict's fucking Twitter.
So can Pierce access this through his phone.
I would imagine so. Actually, definitely, because how else are you going to know what people are saying on these social networking sites? And I wonder,
hacked into something.
Do you know what's going to be interesting? I wonder if they'll do it where, just say, Dad Honey Badger tweets what he did in-game, and Gunn can see it in his Twitter feed, in his in-game Twitter feed. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
I think that would be a cool feature,
That would be cool.
In-game tweeting, like, following some of your friends and stuff like that. Because, a lot of companies seem to be like, tracking, just say in Trials Evolution, you can track your friends' high scores.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and try beat them. It might be similar things, tracking what your buddies are doing, and maybe trying to best them.
High scores, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and actually, you mentioned the facial feature thing. It looks really good, and just on a random NPC, this wasn't a scripted event, where he's in a store. This is in the new video, which again I will link. He's in a store, and you come on the news, and he just turns around, looks at the TV, and puts two and two together that's you on the TV. And, you can see his face, he gets really uncomfortable. And, it looked really good, because, normally, just on regular NPCs, they don't look that great, because, they're just there to fill up a space. And then this guy, he starts reaching for a silent alarm. It's pure obvious. And then Pierce takes out his gun and points it at him. And, shit hits the fan, and he runs away. He doesn't kill him, though, so I wonder will not killing that guy reflect well on...
I'd say you're probably, at the end of the day, get some kind of bonus for being a good lad.
Yeah, but I mean, on the other hand, though, you tear off down the road and cause a few car accidents using your phone to set traffic lights to go on and off, and I think that's really cool. And it's not like anything I think we've ever played before, so it's fun to speculate on.
Well, the fella who was showing us, Guay was this, or Guay? I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
But
who you're talking about?
He kept talking about how dynamic everything would be, and how the very first demo that they showed,
yes,
where he caused the traffic accident,
yeah,
and he pulled your man out of the car.
Yeah.
Well, he said that never happens the same way twice.
Wow.
So, even though it looked pure scripted, he said that's completely dynamic.
But they were saying that just happened,
that just happened. They probably practiced it over and over again to get that to happen. But he said in another instant, he ended up ramming him off a bridge instead of getting into the shootout.
Interesting. Actually, what looked really cool? When he got them bollards to come up out of the road and the car hits it. I really liked how realistic the car looked. It didn't just, stop dead in its tracks. It flipped up, with the force. The back of the car went up. And, that alone, I don't know, I really like that. And I like how his clothes move realistically. That's something that really...
I love his jacket.
Yeah, that's something that really bothers me in games, is where clothes don't move right. And I know it's probably really hard to do. So, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not really going to sit there and be like, whoa, why can't these motherfuckers do it?
Well, yeah. But they're talking up the wind a lot as well.
It did look really good. Did you notice in the first reveal,
when you walk through the buildings?
Yeah, and the wind blowing on between the buildings, there was rubbish blowing, but the buildings were covering the next half of the street from the wind, so nothing was moving there.
Yeah, they were showing the journalists arrows of where the wind trails would be going through the buildings, and they'll say when a car passes by, it'll kick up a bit of wind as well, that kind of thing.
That's really cool. I think it's probably going to be one of the biggest games to come out for a long time. They're really building something big here.
It's looking better than Assassin's Creed 4, I think.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, Assassin's Creed 4 looks really good. But that's a story for another day.
Yes.
And one last thing I wanted to mention about Watch Dogs, which might lead me to believe that you could maybe go inside, because he's walking in. He just walks up to this thing on the side of a wall and hacks into it, and then he gets access to an inhabitants of the building's webcam, and this guy is talking to a mannequin. You know what I mean? I thought that was really funny, but it also might mean, because it had an interior that was decorated and everything. I wonder how they got some interior buildings that you can sneak into and stuff like that.
Do you think that's a once-off kind of thing, or do you think
I don't know,
most buildings would have something like that?
You never know. How would that be why would that warrant, building a whole room for it and making that bit of dialogue just so that he can, just to maybe once off, I think they could really use that a lot to see what people are doing. You know what I mean? It's a big thing to, you can be a peeping Tom in the game, you know what I mean?
Yes.
If you want to.
That's a big selling point, I think.
Yeah, all the perverts will go mad for this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all over it already.
Yeah, I'm salivating right now.
There was another thing as well, where he was kind of jumping from cameras to cameras,
Yeah.
and he focuses on these two lads in red hoodies. They look like they could be gang members, or maybe they're just a couple of lads hanging out in the back alley. But they spot you looking at them, and they peg a stone at the camera and break it.
Yeah, I seen that.
I thought that was pretty
pretty cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
that wasn't
quality.
scripted. If they're telling the truth, then that wasn't scripted, and that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I wonder too if they are gang members. Does that mean they'll be a faction in the game you'll have to deal with?
I'd imagine if they are gang members, there's no point in putting in a gang if you're not gonna mess around with them.
Yeah, true. Oh, you might have missions to do with them, or you might,
Yeah.
stop them from getting up to stuff. They might be the starting enemies. But I know that it's in the wards, which I think the game's in Chicago, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently that's like one of the poorest districts in the game, so that might be where he was.
Okay.
You know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say about Watch Dogs right now. What about you?
I have a question for you about it.
Alright, shoot.
Do you know what it was running on?
I heard it was the PS4. Is that correct?
I believe they were using the PS4 controller.
Oh.
So I assume that means
They were using the PS4. They're not going to be like, we're using the next Xbox on the PS4 controller. What do you think they're going to use that touchscreen for?
that's already been confirmed.
Okay.
I think
I should have done my homework a little bit more.
the phone,
The phone.
touch screen on the phone, the touch screen on the pad, and I think as well they're saying that there's going to be games you can download on the phone, like in AOR games.
They might be coming out in little updates, or you might be able to buy a little pack or something.
Yeah, you can get apps and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I wonder though, do you think that's going to be annoying when you're playing a game and then you got to look down at the screen on your you have to take your eyes off the game to look down at your phone. By phone, I mean the controller.
I don't think so, because it's a touch pad, it's not a touch screen, so you can still do it without looking.
I suppose once you got, it'd be like a regular controller.
Just like your laptop touchpad.
I get you.
You don't need to look at that, do you?
That's true. Yeah, fair point. Okay. Just a little question I thought I'd fire your way.
Maybe it'll turn out to be a bit gimmicky, but
yeah, I do wish though that they don't force it on you. You know, I would like to have the option.
like 6-axis in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember
that could have been better.
Was it MotorStorm? Was that the game for the PS3? Oh, that just did not work.
No.
It was like getting a drunk toddler to drive a vehicle. That's how it handled, in my opinion. And that was one of my earliest exposures to the PS3, and I was like, this is horseshit. You know?
Yeah.
But the game itself was brilliant. When you
If you just
switched
control it by sticks, you're sound.
Yeah. I didn't actually drop 6-axis.
They didn't drop it, but it's less prominent.
Yeah.
Games though.
They had it in Killzone 2. You know, you
Yeah.
could turn little handles. I was like, this is way slower than just using a...
But they did do something in Killzone 2 that I liked. It was like when you're aiming your sniper rifle, if you keep your controller steady,
Oh, that's a good
the
one.
scope stays steady.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
Little things like that are good.
I think things like that, they shouldn't rely wholly on, you have to use this for the whole thing. They should do it for little things like that. I mean, I think that's where Kinect kind of fails, because it's like, Kinect games they're just bad. They just don't work. And apparently Microsoft won't let any of the game developers use any, like, peripherals, like, just say the Move,
Yeah.
the one that's using something like that, they want it to stay controller free, and I think that they're kind of limiting what it can do. Imagine you get a little light gun or something, that'd be fun. And you have to, like, pull out the clip and put it back in to reload, to make the reload action happen.
It does need some kind of button input. Like,
For sure.
There's only so much you can do by moving your body around, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just, I know they're trying to do something big, but it doesn't work.
Unless Kinect 2.0 comes out now and blows us all away with some kind of holographic crack going on.
Did you see Microsoft Illumi Room? I think I'm saying that right. I think that's cool. I think that would bring in a little bit more.
Bit of immersion going on there.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's something I could get behind, because, as long as they don't try to make it the the second coming of Jesus Christ. It's just like it's just something that you can optionally buy. We're not gonna make things like Illumi Room only. I don't see how they would do that, but Microsoft don't surprise me at this stage. Sorry.
How does it work? Like, is it a little thing that you buy separately?
What I gather is it's a projector, and I don't know if it comes separately because I don't think there's too much information about anything like that. But I seen like a diagram that had it where it just goes on your just say there's a table in front of you facing the TV, and it projects the image around the TV, from where you're playing of just like images from the game. Just say like just out of screen there'd be like a cliff. Just on your wall, for example, that cliff would be there.
That's cool.
I think that's pretty cool. Imagine that you could use it to see enemies coming towards you or something like that. Who knows? It could just be a really cool way to get more immersed in the game, or even just give you a better field of view.
If it's bundled, then you can't complain, can you?
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, because it wouldn't have really cost anything extra. I mean, Kinect. The next Kinect is going to be apparently required for the next Xbox.
I've heard that. All right, it's going to be built. Is it going to be built into it?
I don't think so.
No.
But I have heard. Sorry.
You'll need it to play it.
Yeah, apparently. We'll obviously know more on May 21st.
But we're going to get to the next box.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that
in time. So.
Yeah, we really are jumping all over the place here.
Yeah. So we finished up on Watch Dogs.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much.
I've got anything left to say on Watch Dogs.
Just can't wait for the next trailer. And
it's coming out November 17th.
I hope they do some kind of like 30-minute long, chapter of the game where they do their own version. You know what I mean?
I want to see more of the multiplayer.
Multiplayer? I didn't even know about the multiplayer.
But the whole thing about the multiplayer is, let's say I'm playing this on my PS4, and you have your smartphone. You can watch me through the cameras on your smartphone.
Are you serious?
And your mission could be to scan me for a certain amount of time, and my mission
right.
to AJ,
That sounds gimmicky to me. I mean, like, the only times I really play on my phone is if I'm in waiting for something.
Well, not just phone, but that's an option. With consoles too. Like.
Yeah, but if I was at home, I wouldn't be like, I don't want to play my new Xbox or my new PS4. I want to play on my phone. You know what I mean? I've got the Galaxy S3, which is it's a pretty good phone, but I still would rather play a console or my PC than.
Or if you're out and about.
Well, if I'm out and about, I don't like to be that person who just sits on their phone. It actually infuriates me when people do that.
Okay.
I'm talking to you right now,
Portable gaming is not for you.
No. I mean, again, if I was waiting around somewhere or something like that, it'd be great for maybe college or something if I've got a load of downtime. But normally I'm just talking to people anyway.
Okay.
I do try to stay social, even though I like to game a lot. But it's good to have a balance. Okay, moving on. We actually got we had a lot to say about Watch Dogs.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
It deserved us. It
does deserve it, and we'll definitely be constantly revisiting it until release. And I actually might do a video or a few videos of Watch Dogs when the time comes. Is it coming to PC?
Yes, definitely.
I think I'll get it for PC, maybe.
You can't go wrong.
No, I might get it for Xbox or next PS4. I'm actually on the fence about which console to buy first, because Infamous Second Son is looking really good, and that could really sway my purchase.
And that kind of segues nicely into our next discussion over here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Second Son.
Yeah. Okay. Fire ahead. I mean, you're definitely the more of an authority on it than I would be.
Well, you played Infamous as well. I think maybe we'll put a spoiler alert here for Infamous 2. Okay.
If you haven't played Infamous 1 or 2, well, mostly 2. If you are still intending on purchasing and finishing the game,
turn away now.
Yeah, turn away now. Just
or skip ahead.
Skip ahead. Like we're going to talk about some things and some stuff, and you might not like it. And with that, let's
timestamp in.
Yeah, I'll put a timestamp in.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire ahead, Daniel.
So, Game Informer ran a big piece for their June issue, and it mainly focused on the PS4, but there's a 10-page spread on Second Son as well.
Oh yeah? And what did Game Informer say about that?
Well, not as much as I would have liked.
Of course.
There was only 6 screenshots, which I was a little bit disappointed of. But they did look good.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, like, we could have never even got a new Infamous game.
Well, that's true.
You know, at the end of Infamous 2, Cole dies, and they could have just been like, okay, that's sad.
Well, that's only the good ending.
Yeah, yeah, I actually didn't get the bad ending, and I didn't even look on YouTube at the bad ending. And I should have.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Oh, yeah, lay it on me.
Okay, so he goes all evil, and he ends up having to kill Zeke. So, like, you're pulling the trigger yourself, zapping Zeke.
Oh, thank God, I hate Zeke.
No, he was bad in 1, but I liked him in 2.
I don't know.
It was pretty good.
He was more, okay, I'll grant you, he was more likable in 2, and I tolerated him more. Yeah, he betrayed you in 1, didn't he?
He did. He was a well, maybe I shouldn't swear, but you know, he was
a bad guy.
He was a bad egg.
Yeah, a bad egg. I mean, I am trying to watch my swearing too, but I can't help it. You know?
You can bleep these out, right?
No, I'm not going to. We'll keep it raw, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should just probably put a disclaimer. This is not for kids.
Let's leave that to the end of the video.
Yeah. After all the damage is done, and like these kids are like fucking, you know, scarred for life, and they're swearing at their parents, and they're blaming it on TakuCast.
Well, we're not going to be that bad, I don't think.
No, definitely not. We'll try to keep it mature.
Right. So.
Anyways, back on topic.
Where was I?
You were talking
the evil end, and the way that ends, Zeke dies, Cole lives, and he kind of leads the army of conduits into the future, that kind of a way. And it kind of means like humanity's dead. These super conduits are the new future, you know?
Yeah, with Cole as their leader.
Well, kind of. He seems to take that role.
Interesting. I actually would have preferred that. I would have liked if they had that going into Second Son, but I have heard what I do know is they've went with the Cole is dead story.
But that's caused confusion because in the good ending, when Cole dies, it's implied that all the other conduits in the world die too.
Well, actually, sorry?
It's implied that all the other conduits in the world die as well. You know? Deslin shouldn't exist if the good ending is true.
What I heard is that apparently it only affected conduits within a certain area.
Well, it said it in the last cutscene of the game. Oh. It showed like a fella in Africa dying.
Interesting.
Or some country like that. I can't remember exactly.
They'll explain it, I'm sure, when it comes time.
I think they gave a bit of a cop-out of a reason. They said the reason they picked the good ending was because 78% of the players got that trophy for the good ending.
In a way, it's good though because they can just get a wider audience of people that understood.
Well, that's true. Like for you,
yeah.
Example.
Yeah, but then what about the people left who just didn't know what was going on?
Well, we're going to have to wait for answers for that.
Oh shit!
I should probably talk about Second Son a bit.
Yeah.
So the main character, 24 years old, he's Delson Rowe, he's Native American, which, is that kind of in fashion now, Badger?
I don't know, is it? That
Assassin's
game
Creed 3?
Oh yeah, good point. And that game Prey, but that came out like ages ago.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But Prey 2, well, we won't get into that, maybe
we're really getting off topic. Native Americans.
But one interesting thing about our Second Son is that it takes place in Seattle, which is weird because the other two cities were fictional.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that the fictional cities for the last two, based on real places, but still.
So I'm kind of wondering why they're doing that now all of a sudden.
Jeez, that's a good question. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect gameplay as far as why they're there, but it'd be interesting to see. I wonder too. I have a feeling Deslin, his name is.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to be really brash, and kind of a bit of a dickhead at first, and maturing with his powers, if you know what I mean.
Well, he's supposed to be kind of like a rebel without a cause.
Ah, well, my impression was right then. I just looked at the picture, you know what I mean?
Well, he gives off that impression.
He does, yeah. Just the clothing.
That smug smile.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it might just be since he's young, it might just kind of be a new beginning for the series, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And as the games go on, he'll probably, which I kind of hope, they do what Assassin's Creed 2 did with Ezio, which is he matured as the games went on.
Yes.
I really like that. That
was cool. He was the best.
He really was.
The best assassin.
Yeah, I mean, not to go off topic, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed 3, just real quick, what were your thoughts on Connor and...
I liked the game overall. I didn't really like Connor. I thought he was dull. But the naval combat saved the game for me.
Yeah, that was class.
It's fantastic.
I'd say it's why...
It's why 4 has been made, really.
Yeah, it's also why 4 is just pirate psych, because I was like... I was expecting the naval combat just to be something that was forced on you. But I actually was like, I really want to keep playing these missions. I started ignoring everything else to do it, and I was like, gotta upgrade this fucking boat.
Like everything else kind of felt bloated and unnecessary. Like I didn't do half the side missions or any of that crap. It was just kind of the naval and the main missions. That was this.
What were them sheets you to find for some book?
Oh, was it Thomas Jefferson's?
Yeah, Lost Memories or some shit like that. But and they gave you these inventions, but they did nothing. Why would you want them?
I don't think I even collected any of them. I didn't. This is news to me.
Oh really? I actually did collect them all after the game ended.
What did you get?
Oh gee, you just get these stupid fucking stoves for your house or something. You didn't really get anything. I was expecting. I was like, if I get something, if I get all these, I'll get a really cool gadget to use. And I was like, oh, that's it.
Well, back on topic. Badger.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably the thing most interesting about Second Son is what's Delsin's power going to be.
Smoke isn't one of them?
Smoke is what everyone thought originally, but since this Game Informer thing went out, it's actually empathic touch, I think is the name of it.
And that is...
Which means any other conduits that he touches, he absorbs their power.
Oh
so,
my. Huh.
So that's how he finds out he's a conduit in the first place, when he pulls out a smoke conduit from a burning bus.
Interesting.
And he drains his power. So I have to ask you, what kind of powers you want to see?
Oh god. Jeez, that's a tough question. It's sort of like asking someone, what kind of superpower would you have if you could have any superpower?
Well, it's kind of exactly like that, except not you.
It is in a way, because you're going to get to at least do it in this game. Oh god. Okay, anyways, to answer your question. We already had fire. We had ice, right?
Yeah,
and
fire
electricity.
And
Fire and electricity.
That doesn't mean they won't return.
Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I've heard of it, I haven't seen it.
I would like to see some kind of Earth-related thing in air. Maybe using air to get around. I think that would be cool.
I like the sound of air, but Earth kind of sounds like it's a bit impractical.
It might be tough to do. I mean, that's just something that would be cool. But I mean, it's also... Yeah, I think air might be the coolest. I mean, something that would help you get around quickly or move quickly,
To make you fly, but he does already have a cool way of getting around with his smoke abilities. You know Nightcrawler from X-Men. He can kind of turn into a puff of smoke.
That's really cool.
Teleport. He can do that.
I like that. Yeah, that's a cool way. I mean, that'd be more cool and useful in combat, and if they try to integrate stealth.
Yeah, and that's another thing as well. He can go into smoke form and then kind of go into air ducts and kind of small cracks and crevices,
Holy shit.
So that'll be good for stealthing.
Since this is a next gen game, I don't think we're even going to be able to imagine what they're going to do. I mean, Infamous 1 was unbelievably good. And even, I played it when Infamous 2 was out, and I didn't even feel Infamous 1 had shown its age that much.
Oh, no, sure.
No. So I'm expecting
the same. Do you prefer 2 or 1?
Oh, God. In a way, I prefer 2. I didn't really like New Mirai, the city,
Right.
I don't know why. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But I mean, I liked the pirates and I liked the melee combat. But I miss Cole's original voice. He's much more of a badass in 1.
Yeah.
I'll
be honest though, I've kind of forgotten what he sounded like now in 1.
It was more like this. Kind of like a Batman-ish thing where he was just ridiculously
It wasn't like losing David Hayter though.
Oh man, what is with that?
Yeah. That's another story for another day.
Yeah, definitely. That's something we should revisit though, because I do want to hash that out with you because you're definitely the biggest authority on Metal Gear Solid that I know. For
Well,
those of you who don't know, Gun
that's
is
an honor.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Gun is like a massive Metal Gear Solid fan, and I would, if I ever have a question, I just ask him because he just has the answer. And this is
Never has
before
a question.
internet too.
Yes, it was.
All these answers came just through hours and hours and hours of playing the game.
I know those maps inside out.
You really do. Yeah, and I would have never played Metal Gear Solid actually if I hadn't been at your house, I'd say.
Well, you owe me big time then.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving you a capture card, so that'll square.
We'll see how it works out.
Details.
So just a quick couple more details. For using the touchpad in Infamous, you're gonna put your 2 thumbs down on the touchpad, and then that's gonna absorb smoke, like
into your
coal did with electricity. You know how you have to go replenish his electricity.
Yeah.
But the thing is, smoke is going to be more rare than electricity was, so you're going to have to be more strategic when you're fighting.
Interesting. I'd say as you level up, they'll figure out a way that you can just like make smoke, or it'll be like if you have like some kind of fire attack. If there's fire in the game, you can like set something on fire, absorb the smoke.
Oh, but you can destroy a car and then take it.
There you have it. Yeah, I actually don't think it's going to be as hard as they say it is.
But it'll just probably be a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. I mean, like, remember in Infamous, you could just keep zapping a metal pole and it reabsorb it, and you'd get more. Because you had like the one attack that was free, it didn't cost any electricity.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, just your basic attack, you know.
Yeah.
You could just pretty much charge yourself up with that. I mean, I kept myself alive so much doing that, and like, you know, I kind of felt cheap doing it, but I mean, I didn't want to die, so.
Well, it kind of made sense, like scientifically.
Scientifically speaking.
Because
but yeah, it did. Yeah, they obviously.
Keep zapping.
Yeah.
Something like that's going to have the electric. Yeah. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking shit.
There's also a cool power in Infamous 1 that we would like to see some kind of iteration in Second Son was when you could ride power lines.
You could do that in. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I really like that. I used to just like hop up on the rail of the train and just like zap around the place. After I'd finished the game, like, and I kind of wasn't really ready to admit that I had nothing else to do yet.
You just go around.
You just go around and then like attack some enemies and then, you know.
It was cool.
It was, yeah.
It's kind of felt like a cross between a superhero game and a skateboarding game.
Yeah, but mostly the superhero part with like, elements of skateboarding.
Mostly.
Yeah, like 99.9%.
So, do you have any questions about Second Son?
Nothing really. I mean, there's not even enough information.
Yeah, there's still so little, and
yeah, I mean,
we don't
obviously,
know when it's coming out at all. Could be a launch title, but it's not. I don't know if it will be now at this stage.
I think if maybe do you think if it was going to be a launch title, it would have had some kind of gameplay trailer?
I think maybe E3.
Yeah, I think save it for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that wraps up Second Son, and we touched on it earlier, but we might as well do it now. Next gen, and your thoughts on the PS4.
Where do I start?
Wherever, what interests you the most? What are you most excited for about it?
Well, I can only be excited for what they've shown.
True, but out of what they've shown, I guess.
I'll start with the controller then.
Yeah.
So it's called the DualShock 4, and it's probably the most radical change in the shape out of any of the other previous DualShocks ever. It just looks different.
Do you think that's a bad thing?
I won't really know until I'm holding it.
True. But I think it's a bad time because, from my experience with the PlayStation controller up until now, is that it is absolutely rank for first-person shooters. And I'm not a fanboy. You know, I have owned a PS3.
I know.
You know,
He sold it.
I sold it, but I mean, it was just because I played all the games I wanted to play, and I will stand up and admit that it has way better exclusive titles than the Xbox 360 does. You know, I had probably way more fun with the single-player games, such as Uncharted, God of War, Heavy Rain was one of my favorite games of all time, you know.
I'd just like to point out that when you say that the analog sticks were bad for first-person shooters, like, they're just worse than the 360 was for first-person shooters. That doesn't necessarily make them bad.
Oh, well, yeah, fair point. I mean, but I think 360 is, for console, the best way to play a first-person shooter. However, the PS3 is the best way to play a third-person game. I don't know why it is, but I have found that, like, when I was playing Uncharted, we'll just say versus Red Dead Redemption, it's the only third-person for the Xbox that I had that springs to mind right now. I did find that it was much more easier to control, and I don't know why that is, but it just felt a bit better. But, yeah, I'm hoping this new...
Uncharted's animations and stuff were just way more fluid.
That's true.
Than Red Dead, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, but...
But anyway,
yeah.
the trigger, the sticks on the DualShock 4, the new one, they might appeal to you more now because they have a little indent on the top. Like, they're not completely concaved.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a little convexed, but there is, like, a place for your thumbs to rest.
That's good. I mean, you wouldn't really think that makes a difference, but it does.
Also, the triggers.
Yeah, they've got a little curl.
They're not completely, concaved. Am I saying concaved right? Maybe it's
I think so.
There's a little tail, just
enough
not to let your finger slip off from the look of it.
Yeah, I mean, right now we'll have.
With, by the way,
I'll have a video. I'll have a picture up right now of the DualShock 4 and the old DualShock, pretty much from PS2, PS3, and PS1 era, next to each other, just showing the triggers.
What stands out most to you between when you're looking at the two of them?
I think it just looks much more ergonomic and much more nicer to hold. It's not as clunky looking, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it looks kind of smooth.
And that thing that could be possibly a share button on it, right?
Yes.
I like that.
I was going to get to that for last.
Oh, sorry.
But as soon as you brought it up,
I was very excited when I heard about that.
It'd be rude not to.
Yeah, go for a share.
So this share button has opinions divided. Like, the naysayers are saying, "Oh, I don't want this. It's replacing my select button."
Yeah.
Right, but nobody's forcing anyone to use it. So you press your share button, and you can either take a screenshot of whatever's going on, share it to Facebook or to I think the PSN is going to have like its own kind of Facebook style.
That'll be good.
Thingamajig, which I'll get to later in the UI. But you can also record the last 15 minutes of gameplay, and it'll stream to. Well, we're not really sure where it streams them. We know Uplay. No, not Uplay. What's it called? Ustream, is it?
Ustream. Ustream.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
But it could do YouTube as well. I don't know yet.
I'm sure they will.
But not only that, you'll be able to kind of broadcast your Let's Plays or something like that. Let's say you're going to have the camera, right? The camera's going to be pointing at you while you're playing, and you can share both footage and you playing, and then people can comment. Like, anyone can watch. You can stream it out live. So that's
really cool.
That'll be big for YouTubers, Let's Plays, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we're going to see an explosion of people on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
With gameplay, maybe commentaries. I mean, it's you can't do it now. And that's something that a lot of people probably want to do, is just share what they're doing. If you could just say like, okay, I'm going to record this game. I mean, how many times has something absolutely unbelievably awesome happened in a game you've been playing, and all you could do is just tell people about it. You could never show them.
That's exactly what I'm like for Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto, where that kind of stuff happens pretty often. Something.
Yeah, a sick headshot, for example.
Yeah, like from.
Or like taking out 5 guys on your own. Just by maneuvering, just little things like that.
Like a certain DayZ video I've seen lately.
Yeah. It's funny you should mention that. DayZ Documentaries Episode 1, Big Trouble in Little Electro. I'd recommend you to check it out.
Plug.
Yeah, plug.
Plug it. Plug it.
Yeah, it's just the start of a series I'll hopefully be doing over the summer.
We're just advertising to the people that have already watched us.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually more people are going to hear this.
Eventually, yeah, we'll make it. We'll make it.
Yeah.
So, what we're talking about
I already
next.
actually have episode 2 finished, but I'm not going to put it up maybe until Monday, because I don't want to kind of oversaturate. Those only 2 episodes, but I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you like this one? Here's another one right now. You know, be like, let that one.
You want them hungry.
Yeah, let it stew a little bit. You know, and it'll be a long time then before episode 3 because episode 2, the ending of episode 2 is. I don't know if it's fair to say it's probably one of the most insane things I've ever done in gaming. Never mind a game like DayZ where like, you know, you can die in a second, you know, without even hearing the bullet even.
Well, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to show it.
That's a huge amount of hype you got to live up to now.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, I mean, then you guys just don't like good quality entertainment, and I don't see myself topping what I did in episode 2, the ending of episode 2. But
that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. I'm still toying with the name. I might call it the Thrill of the Hunt. Whet the appetite a bit.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, but we'll find out. Anyways,
let's talk touchpads.
Touchpads.
Big laptop-looking touchpad right in the middle of the DualShock 4. That is clickable, by the way.
Clickable.
You can push that down, and it's an extra button.
That's actually a really good idea to get a little extra little thing in there.
The whole thing is full of features. I mean, there's a headset jack, you got a built-in microphone, you got the light bar on the back as well, which has one really cool thing. Like, firstly, it's used for identifications. Like, player 1 will be blue, player 2 is green, blah blah blah. But let's say you're playing split screen, and we switch places. The camera's going to see the color switch places, and it's going to switch the screen around to match.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah, that's the best idea I've heard for it so far.
Because, I mean, how many times have you been, like, you know, messing with, I want to be on the top screen or this or that, you know? I mean, when I was younger, anyways, that used to be the case. Like, and then, like, I'll just sit over here because it makes more sense because my screen's on this side, you know? I like that idea a lot. That's good. Really smart. I mean, looks like they're slowly going to phase out a lot of these little annoyances that gamers have to suffer with. I mean, what do you think that's going to be like on battery for the controller?
Well, I know in another article I did, it's got like, I can't really say, but I know the battery is stronger than the DualShock 3.
It has to be.
But I think it's strong enough just to offset the extra power it's going to be used. So I think it should be around the same as it is now.
Well, if it's around the same, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, I
rarely had to charge my PS3 controller.
Well, maybe that's just because you didn't use it, John.
I actually, like, when I got it, I played it a lot, and then I played everything I wanted to play, and that was that. Like, I didn't really need to play it anymore. I don't need to justify myself to you.
Okay, so I might quickly go through the eye. That's the other piece of hardware they're showing off. So it's got dual cameras, high resolution. The camera's going to have its own auxiliary port on the PS4, so it's not going to take up a USB slot. They're planning on bundling it with the PS4, so that would be clever, I think.
Yes.
Because who's going to buy it if it's separately?
Yeah, they'll definitely get more interest in it. Maybe find a better audience.
Well, that's it.
I mean, like, how did you find this? You know, what was it called? The PlayStation Eye Move was it?
How did I find it?
Yeah, like, what did you think about it? You know,
waste of my money. Well, I think like the technology is good. It was just underutilized. Killzone 3 is the only one I think that really did it well. Like, I think it's more accurate than the Wii U, or not the Wii U, the Wii.
Yeah,
even with Motion Plus.
I was going to say, but what about Motion Plus? Yeah,
But the Wii has the games for us, so.
True, yeah, the Wii's built all around it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, what was that game I showed you when I was still really into Nintendo? Red Steel.
Red Steel.
And we thought it was
such a lie. That video was the biggest lie I've seen in my life.
For one, the graphics looked amazing, but in the actual game, it looked awful.
It was less than PS2 quality.
Yeah, I mean, like, my phone could run it better.
It was pretty bad. I hear Red Steel 2 though improved it.
Yeah, but I mean,
the damage is
done for sure. The damage is done. I remember I played. Did you actually play? Oh yeah, you own a Wii, don't you? Or?
No, well,
kinda. You played it anyway.
Boyfriend, I had experience with his.
Well, that's all you need. Like, I mean, I was actually going to buy a Wii. Like, I was a huge Nintendo fan.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, when myself and Gunn were younger, we'd often argue about which was better, and you know, he was a Sony boy and all that shit. But I went with Xbox instead of getting the Wii, and it was the best decision I made because looking at the Wii, there was nothing for it, and you know, I'm really into my games and stuff, and then
Well, nothing for you.
no, nothing for me. No,
Because it did have some good games that would be better for other people.
Legend of Zelda is one of the games I wish I got to play. You know, the Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, and actually, just quickly going to touch on Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD remake on the Wii U, and I actually am so sad I'm not going to be able to play it because I don't own a Wii U, and I don't, unless it gets really cheap, I will get it then, because I had Wind Waker for my GameCube, and I thought it is still to this day one of my most favorite games of all time.
I actually played that on your GameCube.
What did you think of it?
I only had like an hour or two with us, and then I didn't really have enough time.
Damn.
But if I had maybe more time, I would have picked up a bit.
I found it was sort of a slow start, but I got really invested in the game and, you know, the mythology of the thing, and you know, it was pretty good because I never even had Ocarina of Time for my Nintendo 64.
What kind of Nintendo fanboy were you?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I mean, like, but at least in Ireland, it was pretty hard to even get Nintendo 64 games. And then when it came to GameCube, like, I pretty much had to go to Dublin to get games.
I remember we went to try and get Twin Snakes.
Oh my god, that was so hard to find.
You couldn't even get it in Dublin.
No, and I didn't have the internet then, so I couldn't buy it online. That was the worst. Like the way
dark times.
Yeah, I found out like a guy who I knew had owned it, so I borrowed it off him. But like, I would have liked to have owned it, so I could have kept playing it as much as I wanted.
Oh yeah. No, I'm going to say that the original is better, but you know, each to his own.
You would say that I actually prefer Twin Snakes.
I'm just going to say that the first-person view, it just defeats, like, it takes the challenge out of it.
Yeah, that didn't bother me. I mean, I was really glad just to get to say, you know, I played it, finished it, and got to enjoy the story more. And it got me into like Snake Eater, which I got to play at your house. I actually never finished it, but I just watched you play it. Metal Gear Solid is one of them games I'm happy to watch being played because the story is so good. And since you were really good at the game, you know, I wasn't really left waiting long. And also you do some pretty cool stuff, you know, so I was always really entertained. I mean, there was times where like, I'd just be like, do you want to play Metal Gear Solid? And I'll watch it, you know?
Those were creepy times, John. Badger.
Yeah, Badger, that's right.
Really, really got to bleep out all those.
Yeah. I don't think it matters too much.
Right, so,
it's not like we're giving like full names, addresses, and
I think my name is even already on TakuCast, so.
It is actually. I've seen it on an email listing. And,
I don't even know why I am insisting.
I'll put our PPS numbers in the description too.
Okay, so we're way off track now.
Yeah.
So I'm going very quickly now over the UI. It's revamped over the PS3, so no more cross-media bar. It kind of looks like what the PS Store looks like now. Except, hopefully, it won't be horribly slow.
Yeah.
It's really bad right now, the store.
It is.
But, and multitasking as well. All that sweet RAM. You're going to be able to browse the internet, watch videos, all this, and play your games at the same time.
Wasn't there like 528 megabytes of RAM in the PS3? Am I wrong?
Yeah, it was like a half a gig or something.
Yeah.
And it was split as well, wasn't it?
Pardon?
And was that split or something?
I couldn't tell you. But
what the point is really, really low.
Yeah, it was not good. I mean, like, the PC I'm running now is 8 gig. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I might actually have an article up about it. I'm thinking about writing an article for TakuCast about just this current generation fatigue, you know, and why it drove me away from playing console games anymore.
It sounds emotional.
Not really. It's just like it's more of a complaint. I just got really frustrated. You know, but we'll get to that in another. I'll save that for another podcast or TakuCast. I'll save it for that instead of writing it because it's easier to talk.
So I got just one more bit of actual news for the PS4 this time. So its slogan was revealed, apparently.
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Do you remember when the PS3 came out first?
Yes.
The slogan was.
I don't remember the slogan.
Do you remember those awful lads on TV?
No, but I will YouTube it as soon as we're done.
Like, But first of all, there was the creepy baby thing over in America. Like, that's famous, that's infamous. And then over here, there was the This Is Living campaign, which was just weird. But for the PS4, it's going to be Greatness Awaits, is their thing. And it kind of describes an ad. Like, so this is like someone got a hold of the screenplay, if you could call it that.
Yeah.
For an advert. So it's just going to be some fella walking down the street, he's going to be talking blah 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 to the camera. And as he's walking down, people are going to be following him. But the interesting part is the logo for Destiny will come out of one of the buildings, even though it's a PS4 advert.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, that's going to be a huge game.
They're really pushing, Bungie's on our console now,
Yeah, that's actually huge, though.
It is, well, I'm going to wait till I see some proper gameplay.
Yeah, but I mean, I trust Bungie to do the right thing. Well, not the right, but to make it a good outing again after leaving Halo. I mean, they're spending a long time in it. It's not like they finished up with Halo after Halo Reach, and that was a while ago. And but to be fair, I think they were after Halo 3. They were kind of losing it, in my opinion, as far as Halo goes. I did not like ODST, and I wasn't mad. I mean, Reach was good, but the multiplayer let me down. And Halo 4 was good, but for some reason I just stopped playing the multiplayer, and it wasn't because I didn't like it. I don't know. I just stopped playing it. But
Halo don't have that magic anymore.
No, but it didn't have what Halo 3 had. I don't know. I know there's something about Halo 3. I spent like thousands of hours of my life on that game. I don't know. So yeah, but I'm hopefully now that they're away from Halo, they've got this whole new kind of world, I suppose, to work with, and they can do whatever they want with it. I think they can do a good job.
It sounds good what they're talking about, like a shared world. Like, it's kind of like a massively multiplayer online, but it's kind of not at the same time. So I'm kind of interested to see how that works.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Oh, right. Well, I guess you talked about the PS4. I'm just going to drop a little bit of what I know about the Xbox. Before going into this, I will say that I haven't really been looking into console too much because I've just been playing on my PC.
You're a master race now, yeah?
Although, I am pretty interested in the new consoles, and I will be starting to, look back into it a bit. But here's what I do know, or at least what I heard: it could potentially need Kinect to run.
Okay, we said that earlier, but
yeah, I know, but I'm revisiting it because we had to stop. So, yeah, it could need Kinect to run, but they are going to be bundling it allegedly with the consoles. So obviously they'll have to do that,
I want to add something.
Yeah.
That one of the users on TakuCast said, Razzo, I don't know if you've seen him.
No.
Well, Razzo, he's saying that they're going to have permission to access the camera even when it's not in use. So it's going to be recording without your permission kind of a way. So that sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah, that's really weird. Actually, oddly enough, today a Facebook update came out for my phone for Android, and it was allow Facebook to start recording on your microphone, your camera, and access your gallery or something like that without confirmation. And I just said no. It seems to be the way a lot of companies are going. I don't know why they want you to do this.
That's some shady stuff right there.
To be honest, I'm actually going to cover my camera when I'm not using it because I just won't like the idea of it.
People watching the masturbate.
Or at least disconnect it from the Xbox when I'm not going to use it.
Yeah. Well, if you disconnect it, it's not going to work though, is it?
But when I'm not using the camera.
No, but you're saying it's going to require it to work.
Yeah, but when I'm playing a game, it's not like I'm doing anything, I'm just sitting there. I mean, if someone wanted to watch me, they'd be really bored because they just see me with a vacant expression on my face, leaning slightly forward in my chair. So it's not like they're going to see much, but day-to-day life in the household, don't really want that on show.
Yeah, but you never
know. Not that anything is
stuff.
going on here, I just don't, I mean, say that to anybody, any normal person, oh, do you mind if we just watch you all day with the camera and you don't know when we're doing it? You're going to say no. Nobody likes that, and not like you're getting up to anything.
No, it's pretty creepy.
Oh, here's another interesting thing. I hear the PS4 might be able to do this too, that when you shut down the console, just say the exact spot you stopped in the game, that's where you'll continue when you come back in. It won't be you save.
Sorry, that's the exact thing that they announced at the PS4 launch.
I heard that.
Probably should have mentioned that in the section there.
Well, I have heard that it's going to be for both.
Yeah.
Another thing too, recording gameplay. Again, I think it's more than the PS4.
Do you think there'll be any major differences between the Xbox way of recording?
I think it might come down to one or two little features, and then it's really down to exclusive titles. I mean, Microsoft really have to get their act together this time around, because they really didn't have much, and
But they did well.
They did well because their
Sales-wise.
multiplayer service is way better than Sony's, and again, that's not fanboyism, that's just a fact, because I've used both, and PSN frustrated me beyond belief.
But what about PS Plus?
I never used that, so I can't comment on it. With
Getting free games.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I mean, that's a nice thing to do.
That offsets it a little bit.
For sure. I mean, I actually, when I was using the PlayStation a bit, I was like, I might actually get a subscription to PlayStation Plus, but then I just stopped using it, so that went out the window. But I mean, it was good enough, or interesting enough, that even I, a new user, considered it.
Well, can you tell me what you think? What is it about the Xbox Live that makes it so much better than the PSN? What are the features? Like the way it is now.
It doesn't take 20 hours to upload or update a game. There isn't like a million updates every time you boot it. It runs way smoother. It's not as cluttered. It's really easy to find things, and it's an all-around better experience to use it, and it's worth paying for.
So these are all pluses for the Xbox.
Yeah.
But when the PS4 comes along,
I think
they're going to solve all these problems.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what Sony are doing this time to fix things. I think they could have a good run at it.
Is it going to be worth paying for them? When
we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna watch.
Well, they could bring out some new features.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be I think you can watch shows and stuff. Like free TV on the Xbox, but I can't say with certainty. But another thing, apparently a memo came out that confirms that the new Xbox will not need an always online connection. Everyone was saying that it will, and I was really afraid of it, but apparently an internal memo leaked where it was like it won't. So thank God, because I think that would have been, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have went with that. I don't know why. I just don't want it to always need to be connected. I don't think it's fair to people who mightn't have internet, at least in our where we are. There's areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Non-Americans.
Yeah. There's areas where you just can't get it,
But I think it's still a bit suspicious. The Adam Orth fella?
Yeah. And
that was a bit
weird.
Said
deal with it? That's what he said, deal with it?
Yeah, he was kind of like, well, you shouldn't be living out in the middle of nowhere with no internet.
Yeah. Yeah, but he got fired, so,
Gotta wonder why he got fired. Or why he was saying that, if there was nothing to hide.
Maybe he was just fed up with people always going on about it or something, but
Maybe.
He was right to get fired because, there's no way where you just beat your customers.
That's true.
In my opinion,
But everyone kind of did turn on it was kind of like a lynch mob.
Yeah, but it might have been for the best, because, if they were planning on doing an always online thing, they definitely decided not to because everyone went nuts.
Well, that's what some people are saying, that this internal memo thing that's kind of like a recent reaction to it, or else,
Well, as long as they decide not to, I don't care.
Well, that's it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. Also, achievements. I'm hoping that this time around they'll actually, you can have a use for them and do stuff with them. For some reason, I'm obsessed with getting achievements on Xbox whenever I used to be anyway, but even though they didn't do anything, I would like to be, just say, if you reach, 1,000 achievement points, you'll unlock this for this game or something like that. Each game will have a certain thing, maybe. I don't know what they can do. But what they
to reward you.
Actually, what they have done with this is, it's called Xbox Live Rewards, and it's when you reach, your first 10,000 or something like that, you get 1% off a price or something like that, and then it goes up to 2, and then 3%, but then you get a surprise on your birthday and stuff like that. Something like that. I can pull it up if I want to, but I'm not going to bother.
But that reminds me, you're saying there, you're kind of addicted to achievements.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some people out there who are addicted to trophies.
Yes.
So you have to imagine that those are going to be big hooks for them getting PS4 and an Xbox.
Yeah, for sure. The only reason trophies came is because achievements were so popular.
Yeah, because they really are a way of getting you addicted.
Yeah, and maybe
to one platform, you know.
Yeah, getting you stuck to playing for a little while longer too.
Keep you loyal.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're like, well, I don't really want it because I've done all this work on this profile on my Xbox or my PlayStation. I don't want to change over, I'll lose all that, or I don't know. There's people like that, Some people are like really into. I have a friend who obsesses over achievements. He's always on about like, oh, if only I got my Xbox sooner, I would have caught up to you guys, stuff like that, But like, none of us give a shit, you know what I mean? But he does. He's one of them people that would probably be brought in by that stuff,
Yeah, I work with a fella that he has 77 platinums.
Oh my god,
it's ridiculous.
Is you get a platinum when you get every trophy in
every trophy in the game? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like he just buys them, platinums them, and then trades them back in. Like he doesn't play for fun. He just plays for trophies.
That's retarded.
It's crazy.
When I started playing Battlefield 3 on Xbox, I stopped going after achievements because I just wanted to play online,
Oh, and that reminds me. Maybe I'm going a little bit off on a tangent, but you're a big Battlefield 3 man. What are your impressions of Battlefield 4?
Well, I'm a big Battlefield 3 player, but only the multiplayer. I don't care about the single player at all. It looked brilliant though. I mean, the graphics looked fantastic, and I things I hope that aren't in it is I hope they don't have that suppression in the game. That was just horse shit.
You didn't like that, no?
Oh my god, it was so annoying and so pointless. And that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, as long as the multiplayer's good, I'll comment on it when I see multiplayer footage. But until then, I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to play the single player. I didn't play the single player Battlefield 3. I played the first mission and I got really bored. And I stopped. And I'm just going to go back to multiplayer.
It needs more destruction, I think.
Yeah, a little bit more. But I mean, it's hard to do it. And if they want to keep the graphical integrity that they have,
Well, it's next gen, You want to start blowing people away.
I'm just hoping my graphics card can handle ultimate setting or ultra settings. I'm pretty confident it will.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, I'll just see what happens. And let's see. Just finally, I suppose, just like, remember the Xbox dashboard, how it changed over time?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what it's going to look like. I'm sure they're going to go for a Windows 8 kind of theme with this dashboard.
That's what a lot of people are hinting at anyway.
Yeah.
Windows 8 across all Microsoft devices.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Windows 7 on my PC. I'm not going to go to Windows 8.
Same
but
as.
I mean, I can accept it for a console or something because the tiles do look pretty cool. I mean, I like the look of it, but I don't like it enough to want to change it over. But like, there's not really much. We're going to know more on May 21st when the reveal is going to happen. And that can be streamed from your Xbox, which is going to be... It'll actually probably be the next time I boot up my Xbox, will probably be to watch that. Because I haven't booted it up myself in a long time. Which is unusual. I used to play it every day.
Yes, don't I know?
Yeah. But as far as that goes, I mean, we're just going to wait and see what they say. What I might do is we could try get another podcast for the day of, the 21st after it. Or something like that.
Well, depending on exams and stuff.
Oh, that's true. Well, we'll see what's up.
Might be 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It doesn't matter. Like, okay. Well, I guess as far as Xbox goes, that's that. I'm just gonna, the Total War series.
Yeah.
Just gonna. I had Shogun Total War, the first one. I'm gonna buy Shogun Total War 2 maybe next week. And that's coming out on September the 3rd, Rome Total War 2.
I think I've seen a video for that.
Yeah, it's going to be so cool.
Going through the forest.
Just got a little question about it though. I'm just going to have a little build up to trust. Like, if you pre-order the game, you get first day DLC for free. And and if what do you think about that? It's like day one DLC.
First day DLC.
Yeah.
Does it depend on where you pre-order?
No, just say you buy the game and there's DLC waiting for you. But apparently if you pre-order for Total War 2, or Rome Total War 2, you're going to get some free day 1 DLC. But I assume other people are going to have to pay for it.
I don't mind when DLC is provided when it genuinely couldn't be released at the same time as the finished product. But when it's something small, like a few guns, that they should definitely be in it. that
I
kind of
hate
thing.
that. Yeah, that's my
So-
problem with the two things that, again, you say if they couldn't have just got it done in time and they just said they'd do it as DLC to play it safe, then that's fine, you know. But for things as I said, like, or even Gears of War was a big cover, like if I recall, like weapon skins and shit like that. You know,
Oh yeah.
I never buy them packs. I mean, I'm not forced to buy them, so that's fine. You know what I mean? But to be like, you know, if you pre-order, you get them. But you know, we could have put them in the game already. Or even just like map packs. I can't give you one as an example, but I'm pretty sure there's games that have had map packs that you could have downloaded on the first day. But
Well, for me with Battlefield 3,
Strike a Carcant.
yeah, I got
Yes, that's it. And I got a used copy,
that. Yeah.
so I had to buy it.
yes, you did, like a fool.
Yeah, I've actually bought it for Xbox, PlayStation, and the PC. They've got so much money out of me. And I have the premium for the Xbox and premium for PC. But to be fair, there's like months at a time gap between each purchase.
Well.
So I guess it's not. Well, it is bad in a way 'cause played for 3 games, but I genuinely thought I was going to be playing it for a long time on each one. But I played it on Xbox a long time, and I will be playing it on PC a long time too. And I will have a commentary coming out soon, hopefully.
So do you think the next gen versions will be able to match the player count for PC?
Yeah, they have to because I mean, one of the
Excuse now, is there?
no, I mean they'll have the processing power and they'll have the RAM, you know, everything they need, the graphical power. One of the driving forces behind me getting a new PC was I was just so tired of 12 on 12 and there just wasn't enough players, especially in Battlefield 3. Like they've Armored Kill. Have you played that DLC?
No, I didn't actually buy in.
The map is way too big for 12 on 12. And same with Close Quarters, I had it 8 on 8. And because they had to do it this way because like there was more destruction in Close Quarters than the other ones.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have as much players. And I found that I was running around a lot and nothing was happening. And then I play it on PC and there's just like, you can get 24 players and it's brilliant. You know, I really like Close Quarters on PC. I actually haven't played Armored Kill yet on PC because I'm not good at flying any of the choppers or the jets or anything like that with mouse and keyboard yet. I should do it to get some practice though, but
I should look up a tutorial on how to fly those things. They're pretty complicated, like.
yeah, I'm good at, well, I actually just hate the jets, so I'm just never going to even fly the jets, to be honest, because I never even liked them on the Xbox. I could fly them on the Xbox, but I could never kill anything with them.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah. I mean, but like, if you get these players and they're absolute animals in the jets, and you know, you can't even drive a tank because they'll take you out. You know, well, they'll take you out rather. But I mean, as far as that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's everything I wanted to mention today. I think newsworthy. I use newsworthy loosely.
Yes, even as well. Let's say it was more of a focused discussion that lost focus at several key points.
Yeah, but I mean, it was good, so. I mean,
It was alright.
yeah,
I think we'll see how this goes.
yeah, check the response and
If
what
we
we
get
want-
some likes, if we get some comments,
let us know. Again, let us know as well what you'd like to hear in it. Would be pretty useful.
And also for members of TakuCast, if you want to drop a comment below if you're interested in becoming a guest,
Yeah.
we can have a 3-way going. How's
Yeah,
that sound?
you just come on and like be just interested to hear what different people have to say. You know, especially maybe opinions on your favorite console or games. You know,
Like
could get some good debates going.
We got some Nintendo gamers, we got some Xbox, we got PC. You know,
Yeah, a bit of everything. A nice mix.
it's nice to get different perspectives.
Definitely.
The news that's going
Yeah,
around.
it also might be a good way to just to get to know the members a bit better. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
Are we forgetting anything?
Oh god. I guess just go to TakuChat.com.
Yes, go there.
Just get involved with it.
And join. Become
And
one
join.
of us.
Yeah, it's
You
good
can
fun.
be this cool one day.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever wanted to start writing articles or get some exposure, like me, get exposure for some of your videos,
Yeah.
it's a great place to go. Even
It
if you
is.
just want to go read the articles, but just join up and share a few comments. It's just fun. I've found myself going on it a lot these days. Even over the likes of Game Informer, which I used to go on every day, I'll go to TakuChat first because I like how it's more of an everyman kind of thing.
It is. It's a very friendly atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. I've been very well received by everybody.
Yeah. There's no fella who jumps up and goes, you know, hey, FAG.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah, get blazed 420.
Yes,
You
blaze it up.
Nub
Nubs.
cake.
Yes.
Yeah, but pretty much everyone's cool.
Yeah.
And go to TakuChat.com. Link will be in the description as well.
Cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, I can't stress that enough.
And
just shout out to
if you
everybody.
like this, and if you want to see more of this, or if you think that it was awful, then let us know either way.
Yeah, and if you think it was awful, I will find you.
No, he won't. He won't find you. He's not going to
Find
do
you on Halo and kick your ass.
You don't even play the Xbox anymore.
Yeah, I know. So it'll be pretty even.
You spent like 40 minutes telling
me.
us.
It'll be like Rocky
you
coming
don't
out of
play-
retirement. Except you're very out of shape, Rocky. Okay, I guess that's it.
On behalf of myself and my good friend Badger over here, thank you for listening.
Alright, awesome.